Obviously, the latest thing that news is to break at the moment is regarding obese people or people over 50 and now been threatened with a lockdown by the government, which broke in the last couple of days. I mean, funny enough, if that was to class on based on BMI, then technically I would fit into that category because I fit over the 25+% bracket, and I don't know how many other people would fit into that bracket. And I don't know what your views are on this. I wanted to sort of delve into this firstly.
Yeah, so in terms of, I think this is an interesting one, in terms of twofold. The first point that you mentioned there is it'll be based on BMI. Now, BMI doesn't actually take into consideration your body composition. So someone, according to BMI, might be overweight, but it's a case of, do they carry more muscle mass or do they have more body fat? So BMI is flawed. I think one of the biggest reasons BMI was brought in initially was because it could be used just on a very generic basis. And as I say, it doesn't take into consideration your body composition at all.
Yeah.
However, with that being said, obviously with them saying over 50s or people that are, could be classed as obese that are over 50, potentially being put into lockdown. For me, if anything, I think whether we agree with that or not, I think that really should open people's eyes as to the severity of the position they find themselves in. If they are obese in terms of they are carrying more body fat than they should be, or they should be for their height essentially, and that is more body fat than they should have, that is out of a healthy range essentially. So if people hadn't had a wake-up call already in terms of during lockdown, where they were probably sat at home, and they've either gone one or two ways. They've either got fitter and done something about it, or they've gone the other way. They've got fatter, they've eaten and drank more, they've felt sorry for themselves, they've perhaps told themselves a bit of a story that, well, I can't go to the gym now anyway, and just bullshit themselves a little bit. I think whether we agree with that decision or not, in terms of the government and if they're going to implement that, it really should be a wake-up call for a lot of people that they need to do something, they need to make a change. Now, the way I look at it is sometimes it's not always people's fault that they are in a position that they are. Sometimes people have been overweight since childhood and they've never managed to break that cycle and get out of it. And I know something we're going to discuss later is like education and different ways that people can perhaps crack this issue and get to a healthy body composition. But also it's their responsibility to do something about it as well. No, people aren't going to do it for you. But yeah, like it's an interesting move. I'm not sure I really agree with that, but based on, I think, what we know with regards to COVID is that some of the more the vulnerable categories, if you like, are people that are overweight. There does seem to be, I believe, some link between people that are significantly overweight and, you're more likely to really suffer like detriment to COVID should you catch it. So for me, like, I think we just need to look at it in a different perspective. And if you are one of those people that is potentially going to be told that you have to, isolate because of this, then that should really be a wake-up call to you and think, right, what can I actually do to be healthier, to, and all the other things that go alongside it. Feel more confident, my clothes fit better, you've got more energy. And again, it's not easy, but it's, there's plenty of people out there in the fitness industry that can really help.